Hello and welcome to episode 69, I believe, of Derp Shield Innovation. You can see in the upper left-hand corner I have grabbed some the TPS thing. I have no idea why it's fluctuating so much, but regardless, that it is. I'll need to grab some more turbocharged repeaters to finish up this network. Since I have one left, I have a couple in my ME system, but it is in fact 3 out from this point, so grab a column. 2, 3, that's like there. There we go. Got myself a little more inventory space to work with. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, it just needs to be right here. 1 and done. One, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Oh, these two are too short, so that was actually correct. And slap these guys on top. Slap that guy down in the middle, and it is now turbocharging the Reika Pylon. Whoa. So shiny. Oh, apparently that effect takes you out of this mode. Interesting. I'll have to ask Reika about that. So pretty much what I did to get all these supplies is went around and cannibalized a ton of pylons. You need to cannibalize 2 pylons to turbocharge 1 pylon. So you need to cannibalize 32 pylons in total. Wing. Alright, so I'll come back and put these caps on once I have finished turbocharging the rest of the network. So I will go and do that. No need to make you guys watch it all. And then we will get on with some other random things in Chromaticraft that I have skipped because I didn't really know what they were, and that I have since found out that they are incredibly powerful thanks to the dev server. In any case, be right back after all the turbocharging is done. Alright guys, I am back, and I think the first thing that we're going to make is the crystal laser. Alright, so what do we require for this? We require an energy core with redstone on top and bottom, quartz on the side, diamond to the right, a crystal focus on the left, and that's there. Alright, so that's pretty simple. Oh boy, why did it not like placing redstone in the casting table? There we go, 1 crystal laser. Assuming Katrino comes in. Alright, Katrina, why are you not coming in? Oh, because of the smeltery. Let's turn off that for the time being. Why aren't you turned off? Did I mess up something over here? I probably did. I probably didn't put a repeater block. Yep, I did not put a repeater block on the yellow. Go, go, go. Yellow, go. There we go. Okay, so now we can turn everything back on because, let's be honest here, a turbocharged repeater Pylon with repeater network should be able to handle a couple of things. Let's just make sure that the yellow is actually gaining power. Interesting. Let's just try the casting temple, see if we get any yellow up here. If we don't, then we know that something problem. Oh, it's working. No big deal. Alright, so that's the crystal laser. We'll play with that here in a couple seconds. But then we also got the Lumen fence, which is a gold block, iron, or a conducting ingots. We're going to need 2 of those, so 8 of those. Let's see if we even have that. Aura dust, obsidian, slabs, gold, and transmissive. Alright, then we'll come over here, make ourselves a couple of gold blocks. Then transmissive dust and aura dust. There we go. Now let's make ourselves a lumen fence. That was really quick. Alright. And then the next thing that we should probably make is the elemental lamp and lumen lamp controller, I believe. Wait, those are the lumen lamps. We don't need the... Actually, yeah, let's make those because they're probably pretty cool as well. Ore dust, ender pearl, redstone, slabs, chromic dust. Yay! Lumen lamp controller. And let's make Neela lamps. What do we require for those? Just a redstone lamp, glass, and... Nope, that is correct. So I need to see if I... Oh, goodness. Give me my wireless terminal back. So, 2 blocks away and 1 under is the Kuro and then Neela. Alright. There we go. Got ourselves some lumen lamps now. let's make ourselves the elemental lamp. Ink dye, okay. Gold ingot. It's actually really cheap. So dye, glowstone, redstone, and gold. Redstone top, iron. Okay, that is a simple one. And one elemental lamp like so. Alright, so that's all the things on this page that I have not yet made that are pretty nifty, I believe. Aside from the crystal glass, which is just glass but looks cool. Alright, so then onto this page. Let's see, the ME item distributor is really cool, but I'm not going to make that just yet. We are going to make the Lumen turrets, which is really simple. It's just Resovo with glowstone and crystalline stone. And there's that. Alright, the next thing that I want to make on this page to show you guys is the Essentia Relay. Okay, it doesn't have a crafting recipe yet. Anyway, inventory warp is resonant dust in the center. Runes that I probably don't have. Lapis and ender pearls. Yep, don't have the runes down, so what do I need for these guys? It is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks north, and 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks that way for the arch. And Hero, where are you? There you are. There we go, and we now have the inventory warp, which is really cool. The subterranean illuminator is also really cool, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Because those were pretty much the items that I wanted to show you guys. I do need to make some more lumen fences though, so need some gold blocks. Slabs. Alright, that's easy enough to slide in there. Alright, so there's the lumen fences that I needed. come over to here, and I think we can just toss all this stuff back in. Actually, we'll just toss it in here since a lot of it's useful over here. Alright, now to start playing with all this nifty stuff. I think we'll start off with the inventory warp. The inventory warp allows you to warp any items you pick up, any items on a blacklist, or any items on a whitelist to a selected storage. Since I like to toss everything into my ME system, here's what we're going to do. We're going to link it to this ender chest. Actually, I got a better idea. As you can see, it says no link, but when you shift right click on an inventory, it will now say link to, give you the unlocalized name and the dimension coordinates and such. Now, let's see, it's currently sending on a whitelist. It is now sending everything except the filter. It is now sending all items. Right click to open up the filter. And sending no items. So we want to have it sent to sending everything. So let's go down here real quick. Say we're on a mining expedition. We're just going along, and at this point we would have spent a fair bit of our inventory on stone. But when we open up our inventory, there's no stone in it. That's because anything that would enter your inventory is automatically transferred to the linked inventory, which I think is pretty darn cool. So that is the inventory warp. We will be keeping that around, but not on our person because I occasionally drop things. I don't exactly want to be sending any old item straight to the ME system. The next item is the Lumen turrets. I'm going to go set these up near our Galacticraft area, and at that time I'll also learn that schematic that I have been carrying around for a long time. Yay, we have unlocked this schematic. So what you do with the Lumen turrets is you just set them on down. All they require is clear line of sight to the sky. So let us, let's see, what It is night. Let's stick down a zombie spawner real quick. He should start spawning zombies. At least he should. Yep, I'm on normal difficulty, so he should be spawning zombies. That'll definitely cause it to do it. This is what the Lumen turret does. It attacks all things in a large radius. And as you can see, it murdered all those zombies right quick. So that is the Lumen turret. They are fantastic for base defense because they have quite a few targets that they can hit simultaneously, require no power, and the only thing that they do require is line of sight to the sky. So that's pretty nifty right there. Let's see. I think the next thing that I'd want to demonstrate is the crystal laser. And so for that, we kind of need a Lumen relay source. Which is this guy right here. So we need to make one of these guys real quick. Should not be too hard. Just find it in this guy real quick. Okay, it should be at the end of that. There we go. We want one of these. Glowstone, focal powder. Oh, it just needs the glowstone. Yay! Alright, so the crystal laser does a couple of things. The first thing that it does is nothing. Place it down, it doesn't actually do anything until you have started something. So let's stick the relay source right here. Actually, we'll probably need to stick it right here. Otherwise it won't be in range of that. That should be in range of the multi. Ow! I'll turn that guy on. There we go. Now it's gaining all the lumens. Alright, so it's along this line right here. And then we will stick a dirt block right here. Stick the Lumen relay right there. Okay, something isn't connecting right now. There we go. And now the crystal laser is working. What it will do, as I will demonstrate with these crops right here, is once I get it from hand, it rapidly grows the crop. For example, there's the crop without the laser. There's the crop with the laser. And that is with the Kajani upgrade. And I believe it should apply to all of these guys as well. Yep. Look at that. Fully grows in like a second. Pretty darn nifty, if I do say so myself. Toss these away. Grab this guy back up. And toss the grass back in the grass. So that is another way to supercharge your crop speed growth in a line. Alright. So let's toss this guy in the ME system. Arcane Essence, how did I get that in my inventory? Alright, the next thing that I'm going to show you guys is the Lumen fence. Say we want to protect this large area right here. Plop down Lumen fence right there. It should get charge. Yep, it got a charge. Now let's just head along here. Not actually sure on the range, but let's just stick it right there. Set the output sides by shift right clicking on it. Like so. It's not gaining any charge, so let's just see if it will activate real quick. I bet these have a range. Yep, they do have a range. I'm not sure what the range is. And there we go. We now have ourselves a crystal fence. And you may be wondering, what good does this do? Well, let's grab that zombie spawner again. when they try to get through the fence, they get knocked way the heck back and damaged. Whee! Zing! So that is the Lumen fence. It's actually pretty cool. You can use either these Lumen fences or the Lumen fence relays. The relays are a little bit cheaper, I believe. Yeah, the relays are definitely cheaper. They are cobblestone, iron, and redstone and glowstone. So that's really darn cheap to make. And all it requires is the Lumen system. And it actually stores a fair amount of power. Yep, there you go. So that is the Lumen fence. It's actually really neat, and I will probably be using it quite a bit on the next server. Let's see, what other items do we have left? We have the elemental lamp. Unfortunately, we also have night vision. So let's clear that real quick. I'm not exactly 100% positive on how the Lumen lamp works, but I believe if we go to our workshop, it is relatively dark in there. We can see what it kind of does. Oh goodness, why did I get night vision? So there's the Lumen lamp. It produces a little bit of light, as you can see. But when you grab a shard, I believe it has to be boosted, so let's just grab a boosted version and a non-boosted version of the Veste. Yep, when you insert the boosted Veste shard, it gets that. It also does something else. I'm not exactly 100% positive what it does. I think you have to feed it one of every type of shard. So let's do that real quick.
Imaginary Flash Wolf joined your channel. Phrase dungeon sound muted.
Woo.
Message received.
Alright, so that, I believe, is with all the shards. I know it's supposed to do something else, I just am not sure what. I thought it was supposed to increase its vision range. Let's look it up in the book real quick. Yeah, its range is supposed to be 8 with each lamp. For each color in the lamp. And I put all 16 colors in the lamp, and this room still isn't fully lit. So I'll have to ask Reika what I did wrong with that. You also do not get the shards back when you do the lamp, but I think I did something wrong. You might have to manipulate it or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is a good place as any, honestly, to play with the Lumen lamp controller. So let's stick down some Lumen lamps. Stick one right here. Stick one right here. Stick one right here. As you can see, they're not doing anything. Stick down the Lumen lamp controller. Put the channel on, let's say 10. And you can put it on redstone, energy. The energy would actually be pretty cool. Shaft power. Or you can just toggle it. But I'm going to leave it on redstone. Alright, so those lamps are all now 10. And when it receives a redstone signal, all the lamps turn on. It's pretty nifty. Let's go test how far these lamps have for range. So we know it can light up that entire workshop, no problem. But I'm reasonably sure it has a ridiculous range for whether or not it's accepted. So stick a lamp right there. Put it on channel 10. Go back here because I switched it off and forgot to actually switch it back on. Nope, that is a little bit too far. So I guess we could check the handbook for that. See how far it actually has for range. Lumen lamp controller. Ah, yes. It has a range of 64 blocks. So it does in fact have a range, but 64 blocks is not too shabby. Especially if you just set up these guys like 32 blocks away from each other. That way the radius would overlap everything. Have them set to the same channel. And have them all redstone controlled with wireless redstone. You can turn it off, excuse me, large areas of lighting very easily. Alright, so I think that was all the items from Chromaticraft that I wanted to go over. There's the crystal tanks, the guardian stone, and something on the second page. Oh yeah, the ME item distributor. We'll go over those in later episodes. But the items that I wanted to show you were those. Now we can move on to the stars, i.e. these guys. Alright, so I'm just going to go over what they do. The excavation star is a large area mining of the same type. The transition star is the wand of equal trade, but slightly different. The replication star will replicate a block at the cost of chroma energy. I believe it also works on some tile entities. The mobility star is like the staff of travel or my blink spell, where it will blink you forward in the direction that you're looking. The construction star is the super builder's wand, but it's significantly easier to get than the super builder's wand. The animal repulsion star does exactly what it sounds like. It repulses animals in a certain radius around you, as far as I know. The growth star will accelerate crop growth either in an aura around you. I'm not sure about that, or when you right click on the crops with it. Again, I'm not sure. I haven't used that star. The hover star acts like a flight, a magical way of flight. But since I have the angel ring, I don't exactly need it. That's it for the stars. My favorite is the excavation, the transition, and the construction star. Oh, there's also the capture star. The capture star will capture any entity in the game, including the void monster, I believe. I'm not positive about the void monster. I know you can capture the void monster. I'm not sure if it's with soul vials or with the capture wand. Regardless, I think I'm going to call that quits for this episode. So I'll be back in the next episode where we work on some more random Chromaticraft things and probably head through some more planets mods. In any case, until next time, bye bye now.